Hey, this is Doug Upstone for Vegas Pro Insiders Daily, and it's a very hectic day here at Vegas Pro Insiders Daily. A lot of things going on. Some of them have to do with work, and some of them have absolutely nothing to do with work. So that's why it's a little bit hectic around here. We're going to talk primarily college basketball, except for one NHL game because it's the All-Star weekend. Some of you, I'm not necessarily a big fan of that, but you know what? To those that are, enjoy. Good time. Nice break also, to be honest with you, from a handicapping standpoint. Take a little break from NBA basketball. So that's good, and we're excited to get back to it. But as for right now, we're going to focus in on college basketball primarily. We're going to look at games for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The last 2 days. Some of the bigger games today, of course, we don't have the spreads on those yet, but we will get them, and we're going to speculate on what they are right at the moment. So let's get to it. Vegas Pro Insider Daily membership. Kyle Hunter, #1 college basketball handicapper in the world. Doug Upstone's been on a very nice streak. She's 58%, I think, out of the last 90 picks. Somewhere right around there. I actually didn't look it up, but I know it's been very good. Sean Higgs continues to roll along. He was 2-0 yesterday for VPID members, and he's doing good, doing quite well, I should say. And so is Dennis Macklin. He keeps pounding out winners one after the other, so he's doing great. Membership, VPID Inner Circle membership, $99, 99 cents. You can sign up right now, and you get a whole month, and this will take you, today's the 16th. So if you signed up literally today, or if you want to wait till Sunday, that would cover the first weekend of the NCAA tournament, and you'll get all those early games in the smaller tournaments, of which we will have picks on those leading up to it. So this is your chance. Hop on board. Get going. And then to renew, then we're going to take you right into baseball. So check it out. Vegas Pro Insider Daily. Inner Circle, $99.99 a month. The best deal that there is in sports handicapping. First up tonight, Georgia State, Georgia Southern. It's going to be on ESPN2. And because I know you are watching this video, I know that you're a sports bettor. So if you're a sports bettor, I would say watch a little bit of this game. You don't have to watch the whole game if you don't have time. It's a 9 o'clock start. But you should watch some of it because both of these teams, one of them might be in the NCAA tournament, or at the very least, they will be in some March tournament to follow. So get a little head start on what's going on. Now, Georgia State is the better team. They're in second place in the Sun Belt, and they opened up as a 1-point underdog, but they've been flipped to a 1-point favorite against Georgia Southern in this battle of the Peach Tree State. On this one, Georgia State is the better team. They just overall, I mean, besides the record, and they lost their last game against UL Monroe, but that was coming off of a big win against Louisiana, who up to that point had not lost in conference play. But Georgia Southern here, you know what? They are 5-0 straight up and against the spread against their rivals. I think they might just have enough to do it again. We'll see. 84% of bettors, though, are on Georgia State, but I will look the other way. Not a big play by any stretch. Also tonight, MAC action, Bowling Green and Buffalo. Buffalo is the best team in the MAC. This is going to be on ESPNU, by the way, at 7. The total on this one, though, has really come down from 163 down to 159. Now, Buffalo is a high-scoring team, gets up and down the floor, plays fast, a lot of shots, going back and forth. Bowling Green is much more inconsistent, and what I mean by that is in their last game, they beat Western Michigan 83-81. Okay, higher score, right? But if you took at their last 5 games, including that one, the average total score of a Bowling Green game has been 132. Interesting, right? So with that in mind, I'm going to go with the over on the lower score. I think Buffalo being at home will dictate the pace. I think they're going to want to go up and down, and I think that's how it's going to play out. I think this game is going to go over 159. Let's talk a little NHL, shall we? St. Louis and Dallas. This is going to be a pretty good game. Central Division matchup. These teams have played 3 prior times this year. The home team won all of them. But where the betting action is on the total. Now, the total is at 5.5, and it's opened at a standard price on the juice, -110. It has since gone to -125 on the under. Now, looking at both teams, how they've played lately, there wasn't a lot to go by. But when I dug in a little bit deeper, St. Louis is 16-5 under after allowing 2 or more goals in the third period of their last game. And Dallas is 6-0 under off a home loss in which they lost by 2 or more goals this season. I'm going with the under on that one. Now let's look ahead to Saturday, shall we? Fox Sports, 4:30 in the afternoon, a big East game. Villanova against Xavier. Right now, a number of these bracketologists have both teams as number one, but this is going to be an important game for both teams from that standpoint. Now, Villanova, you know what? They just look more vulnerable. They did not look good against Providence, really taken out of the game. And I think they have lost their edge since losing their glue guy, Phil Booth, okay, to injury. I just don't think it's the same team. Not that anybody else has done anything wrong, that just the chemistry and everything just doesn't seem to be there. Now, Villanova walloped Xavier earlier, 89-65, and that was the last time the Xavier Musketeers lost. So they're 9-0 and 7 2 They appear to be peaking, and I think they're the right choice playing at home. Next up, I guess it's a big game, but West Virginia and Kansas, I mean, it's sort of important in the whole scheme of things, and they've been on TV. Seems like every single game has been on TV. This is going to be the 6:15 game on ESPN. I think it's actually their prime game, but I'm not 100% sure. But neither team has been very sharp of late. The Big 12, everybody's just beating everybody up. Kansas has lost 3 times at Allen Fieldhouse this year. 3 times. I mean, that just never happens. And they're just 6-1-1 against the spread there. Now, West Virginia certainly, you know, they have their offensive problems, so that they could lose. And they lost at home against Kansas earlier. But tell you what, I got this game, Kansas, somewhere between a 5 to 7 point favorite. And if you can get West Virginia, or me too for that matter, if I can get West Virginia for 6 or 7, I got to take a strong look at them. So I'm going to lean with West Virginia at that price. Now, this isn't a game everybody's going to be following, okay, so I'll put it right out there, but it's an important game. Big Sky, Montana at Idaho. Where's that going to be televised? Nowhere, okay? It's not going to be anywhere. But Big Sky leader Montana just lost their first game. They just got beat by Eastern Washington on Thursday night. So for their first loss, and they're taking on third place Idaho, who is 2 games back, and the Vandals have won 5 in a row. How this game plays out, if the Vandals shoot the ball well, have another hot shooting night, which they're very capable of, they're going to win the game. But if Montana's defense can hold them down, which they are capable of doing, and they did not do against Eastern Washington, they can win the game. I got Idaho as anywhere from a 1 to 3 point favorite, but I'm going to lean with Montana in that one. On to Sunday. Ooh, we got 2 good games Sunday. 2 really good games. Duke, Clemson. That's going to be the ACC network at 1 Eastern or ESPN 3 if you prefer. That's where I'll be. These 2 teams are currently tied for 2nd place in the ACC behind Virginia. And neither one of them, at least in theory, would want to lose because, well, they wouldn't want to lose anyways, but they wouldn't want to lose to fall further back because with North Carolina just a game back, if one of these teams would have happened to fall to 4th place in the ACC, that means they're going to face Virginia, okay, in the ACC semifinals in all likelihood if everything goes well. So if you can avoid Virginia and stay at 2 or 3, that's what you want to do. And so that's why I'm looking at both these teams. Now, Clemson is 13-0 and 9-1 against the spread at home, but Bagley is up in the air for Duke to play, and I don't know if you saw Clemson the other night, but one of their better players, he got conked on the head, and he was out. Okay, he was out on his feet, had to be dragged off the court. He's been in concussion protocol, so I would say he's at best a game-time decision. And if that's the case, if Clemson, besides losing, the name escapes me, but if the other guy that they lost, that would mean 2 starters out, okay, for Clemson. I think if that's the case, that's just going to be too much to overcome, even if Bagley does not play. I got a slight lean with Duke on that one, and right now I'm looking at this game to either be a pick or Clemson by -2. Finally, bring the shoulder pads for this one. Wichita State and Cincinnati, 4 o'clock on ESPN Sunday afternoon. This is going to be physical. Both teams like to really get after it, and this is kind of why Wichita State, besides the money, they want to play the best competition. Well, they're going to get a handful. They're going to get an angry Cincinnati team. Cincinnati just lost against Houston, so that's their first loss in the AAC, which kept Wichita State in the mix to still come back to possibly tie for the conference championship. They'd have to win both games, so these teams are playing twice. Wichita State, though, continues to be perplexing. I mean, they were down, 15 at home to Temple after they had lost to Temple, and they came back to win. Nice performance, but again, veteran team playing that way, I don't know. I guess Cincinnati is a 6 to 8 point favorite. I think it'd be pretty close. Myself, I would prefer to take Cincinnati towards the lower, so at 6 or 7, I would definitely look at Cincinnati here on this game. If it's 8, a little more iffy on that one because it's not at Cincinnati's true home because their building or their normal place where they play downtown Cincinnati is under repair, and they're playing at Northern Kentucky University, so it's not a true home game even though the home fans will be there. So lean with Cincinnati on that one. These teams will meet again in exactly 2 weeks. So just get ready, get set for these 2 outstanding games in the ACC. So hey, this is Doug Upstone for Vegas Pro Insider Daily. $99.99 for a membership for a month. Okay, we're going to get you right into the heart of the March Madness. Today's Friday. Good luck this weekend. I think I got a feeling that we're all going to do well, and I certainly expect to. So enjoy. Have a great weekend, and I am out.